Tesla is again confronted with risks for its Gigafactory in Grunheide known as Giga Berlin. Environmental protection associations complain about incomplete building application documents for the planned Gigafactory in Grunheide, and that could delay the final approval process. Welcome back, dear friends. This is Armen Harayan from TalkNews.com. If you are here first time, please subscribe to our channel for daily Tesla news and ring the bell so you don't miss my next Tesla story. Silke Kersting and Dietmar Neuer have the story in Handelsblatt. It's an exclusive, interesting story discussing the issues with Giga Berlin, saying the Brandenburg Prime Minister Dietmar Woidke is sure of his cause. So far, he has not known any problem that would stand in the way of a final building permit for the Tesla plant in Grünheide, said the SPD politician at the beginning of October, saying, I assume that a legally impeccable permit is possible here, referring to the final permit of Tesla Giga Berlin. But it's not quite as simple as Woidke portrays, say the authors of the Handelsblatt story. With provisional permits and yet at your own risk, the US electric car company Tesla has been pulling its factory 35 kilometers southeast of Berlin for months. If everything goes according to the plan, up to 12,000 employees will produce 500,000 electric vehicles annually here at Giga Berlin from summer 2021 or earlier. But now there is new criticism of the project Giga Berlin. After the public discussions of the project documents last week, nature and environmental protection associations speak up and question the Giga Berlin project. The whole process is unacceptable, said Michael Ganschow, state manager of Brandenburg Green League. He said that to Handelsblatt. Ganschow accuses the Brandenburg state government of wanting to create a fait accompli. His concerns about the settlement of the planned Gigafactory Giga Berlin at the Grünheide locations are great. Here a project is being pushed ahead at the wrong location, which due its dimensions requires extensive technical control. An orderly procedure is not possible under this time pressure, he said. At a public hearing that ended in early October, conservationists and local residents discussed the more than 400 objections with representatives from the State Environment Agency and Tesla, saying the discussion gave us the opportunity to answer facts-based. A Tesla spokesman had previously assured there would be no questions left unanswered. Associations are now calling for the planning documents to be interpreted again. Now, the opposite seems to be the case. During the 8-day hearing, objections were raised that could make it necessary to reinterpret the planning documents for Giga Berlin. Thus, Tesla sees suddenly confronted with risks to its factory. The planned documents are still too vague in many places, said Ganschow. He said, during the hearing, the nature conservation associations demanded various missing documents, plans, and expert reports that neither the company nor the authorities delivered in time. That is why Ganschau's lawyer Thorsten Deppner called for the entire planning documents to be reinterpreted during the discussion. The proper discussion, said Ganschow, is only possible if all plans are available to the public. Handelsblatt also reports that the Green League is not alone with its criticism. The authorities would do well to deal intensively with the applications not now and ensure transparency, said Christian Schroeder, managing director of the Brandenburg Nature Conservation Union, called NABU. Christian Schroeder told this to, again, Handelsblatt. Otherwise, the procedure would be very vulnerable, she said. The NABU also criticizes the fact that the company's plans sometimes do not correspond to the documents. All of this is due to the time pressure, but it does not allow a reasonable examination of the overall project, said Schroeder. We do not want to prevent the settlement, but our concern is to ensure that nature, the environment, and humans are adequately taken into account in the process. It's important, friends, that we pay attention to this. They say that we do not want to prevent the settlement. They do not want to prevent Tesla and Giga Berlin. They just want all the questions that are going to be relevant to environment, humans living there, and nature, and so and the climate to be taken into account in an adequate manner. Now, the infrastructural connection is also unclear. Handelsblatt reports that there are certainly technical solutions for everything, but we do not allow ourselves to be fobbed off with incomplete and long outdated planning documents, some of which are based on research data that is almost 10 years old, as is the case, for example, with the groundwater measurement data, criticized the NABU expert. When asked, Tesla did not respond to the association's criticism. FDP economic politician Michael Thorer sharply criticized the nature conservation's approach. They have to be asked how serious they really mean it when they commitment to e-mobility, with their commitment to e-mobility, said Deputy Chief of the Liberals in the Brandenburg. Anyone who calls for the electric car in Sunday speeches for climate protection reasons must not prevent the construction of an electric car factory on Monday. For Thorer, the association's tough struggle over every single aspect of the legal planning requirements and the building permit for Tesla settlement at Giga Berlin also reveals how urgent it is to simplify and accelerate planning and approval procedures. For the time being, in addition to the procedurally flawless processing of all objections, the only thing left is that the state and federal government seek talks with the environmental associations. Above all, Handelsblatt reports that the Green League criticizes the high total water requirements of the factory. Tesla had announced that it wanted to implement a next-generation paint shop in the Gigafactory. According to the documents available to us, not even the current state of that art would be maintained in the paint shop, so the allegation. According to Ganschau, the paint shop consumes water to an extent that the average European car manufacturer no longer needs it. The infrastructural connection of the area is also unclear. A train connection is no longer mentioned in the current application to Giga Berlin. On the other hand, truck traffic will triple to 1,257 trucks a day without empty trips. The construction of such an industrial plant in a drinking water protection area also requires transparency of all technical data in order to be able to discuss necessary safety issues at a public hearing. During the discussion, there were open questions about some topics that still need to be clarified, said the managing director of the Brandenburg Regional Association of the German Transport Club, Anja Hanel. She said this to Handelsblatt. Well, the VCD takes a critical view of the factory's forecast traffic. The approval documents submitted show different information on traffic to Tesla Giga Berlin in the individual chapters. Unfortunately, Tesla did not provide any information on how the arrival and departure traffic would be spatially distributed, said Hanel. In order to relieve the neighboring towns, it was only stated that the traffic for arriving and departing employees should be handled primarily via the adjacent Autobahn 10. According to Hanel, the main problem is that precisely such calculations for temporal and spatial distribution were missing for the official approval of Giga Berlin. That is why we ask for a clarification on the facts, because ensuring the traffic development is a prerequisite for the approval. The Brandenburg state government points out that the procedure is still ongoing. All applications and information presented in the discussion are checked by the licensing authorities, said a spokeswoman for the Ministry of the Environment in Brandenburg. That is currently in progress, though further statements can only be made after this test. Well, friends, let me know what your thoughts are about the final approval of Giga Berlin. It looks like after the last week's discussions, more questions came than answers, although Tesla and the representatives representatives of government officials of Brandenburg really worked very hard to provide as many answers as possible. But it looks like the local environmental organizations have further questions, and we're gonna keep our eye on this. So please subscribe to Talk News YouTube channel. We'll bring you the latest from Tesla Giga Berlin, and if there is any news regarding this approval and the possible delays with the approval, I hope it will not happen, and Tesla will build Giga Berlin with the best environmental concerns in mind, and also will provide 12,000 jobs minimum for the people living in the area, and this will be a good development and a good investment to transitioning the world from gas and oil to more sustainable energy resources. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Please subscribe to our channel for daily Tesla news. Ring the bell and for further notifications when I upload next videos and podcasts. This is Armin Harayan from TalkNews.com. Have a wonderful rest of the day and see you soon in our next report. God bless you all.